me a long time to admit that because for a long time, stability didn't feel exciting to me. It felt average. And I didn't think I was building an average life. But now, stability feels like the most luxurious thing I have. Welcome back to the Simply Edit. This is my weekly space where we talk about lifestyle, mindset, money, and what it really looks like to build life that feels good as it looks. If you're new here, I'm Stacy, and this channel is all about living intentionally and creating a luxe life within your means. And today we're talking about something that doesn't always get glamorized, but honestly, it should. Stability. There was a time in my life where chaos felt productive. Busy schedules, constant moving, always doing something, always chasing something. And if I'm being honest, it made me feel important. It made me feel like I was building something. Because we're taught that progress looks like more, faster, bigger, louder. But what nobody really talks about is how exhausting that becomes. Chaos can look like ambition until you realize that it's just misalignment. And once I started paying attention, I realized I was not always progressing. Sometimes I was just moving. And who wants to move to just move? At some point, the things that used to excite me started to drain me. The constant hustle, the packed schedules, the feeling of always needing to be on. And I started asking myself a different question. Not what's next, but what feels good to maintain. Because excitement is only temporary. Peace is sustainable. And guys, that was the shift for me. I stopped chasing moments and I started building a lifestyle. A lifestyle where I wasn't constantly recovering from my own schedule. I think this one is big, especially for high achieving women. There's a phase when you're proving yourself. You are saying yes, you are showing up, you are taking on more. And that phase matters. But at some point, you've already proven yourself. And continuing to operate like you haven't, that's where burnout starts. Work stability looks like knowing your value without constantly performing for it. It looks like not over explaining, not over committing, not attaching your worth to every outcome. You still show up, you still deliver, but you're not trying to earn your place anymore. You're operating from it. One of the biggest upgrades in my life has been relationship stability, not just romance, but overall connection. And what that looks like for me now is intentional time. Evenings together, being present instead of being distracted. There was a time when everything felt rushed. Schedules didn't align, time together felt kind of squeezed in, but stability in relationships feels different. It feels consistent, calm, safe, intentional. And I realized that kind of love doesn't compete with your life, it just supports it. Financial stability is one of those things that doesn't always look impressive on the outside, but it feels incredible on the inside. It's not always flashy, it's not always aesthetic, but it's aligned. It's knowing your bills are covered, your plan is clear, your spending is intentional. It's not about never spending. It's about spending from alignment instead of emotion. Because financial chaos is loud, but financial stability is quiet. And that quiet, that's luxury. This one changed everything for me. Emotional stability, not reacting to everything, not absorbing everything, not feeling like every situation required an immediate response. Instead, pausing, processing, responding with intention. Emotional stability doesn't mean you don't feel things. It means your feelings don't control every single thing. And the more I practiced this, the more peaceful my life became. Not perfect by any means, but steady. When I think about luxury now, it doesn't look the way it used to look. It's not constant movement. It's not being everywhere. It's not doing the most. Luxury now looks like calm mornings, predictable routines, aligned finances, steady relationships, emotional clarity. It's a life that doesn't require constant recovery. And that kind of life, that is expensive in the best kind of way because it costs discipline, it costs boundaries, it costs intentionality. Luxury isn't always what looks impressive. Sometimes it's what feels peaceful. And if your life has been feeling chaotic lately, this might be your sign to stop chasing more and start choosing stability. If you enjoy these conversations, then subscribe and come sit with me every Sunday for the Simply Edit. This is where we talk about building the life that actually feels good, not just one that looks good. And I'll see you in the next edit.